Hey, welcome to the Let's Chat Shit
Welcome back.
podcast. Well, it was a bit of a clip thing this week, so we're just gonna do like some shows where if we see some trending topics and we see some mad things, we just jump on quickly, make a quick video for you guys, catch you guys up, and then dip.
Stuff
So
YouTube's been annoying with the clips, anyways. They've been telling everyone to switch their clips. Did you see what happened to Flagrant and the other podcasts? They were told to like move your clips to one channel and do your live to another channel.
Oh,
really,
What about
what?
YouTube yourself?
It happened to my guy Anthony Pompliano. He told us that YouTube told him to do that. So
Right.
All right,
Okay.
we'll see how that starts because
Yeah, that's weird.
we did the opposite. We moved from 2 channels onto one.
Yeah.
They're gonna send us the other way.
We didn't have the
but we
privilege
cancelled the
of
clips anyway. We
subscribers.
cancelled the
Yeah.
clips.
Yeah. Let me just quickly share my screen on the I think top link. Yeah, that one. Top link.
So you guys have already had a
All
little chit chat about it, right? Or no?
Nah, I haven't really. So, firstly, this is about a massive thing that's recently been happening on Reddit. I don't know if you guys know about the anti-work subreddit. What this subreddit is about is people posting the grievances of work, especially from the US. US, it seems to be like horrible how they treat their workers, and the movement really is more suited to getting fairer treatment at work, not being absolutely bullied by managers, quitting if they cause if your manager's a dickhead, or if your job is awful, they encourage quitting, for example. They It's like a culture basically against the shitty capitalistic view of like companies where they get no pay, and they get horrible holidays. PTO is what they call it. So this subreddit, that's
What
what
does it
the
stand for?
ethos of the subreddit
PTO.
is kind of
What does it
about.
stand for? PTO.
uh,
What does PTO
PTO.
stand
Yeah.
for?
What is PTO?
I don't know what it stands for, but that's what they call
All right, let me
works.
find it. Let me find
Not
it.
work, sorry, holidays. So maybe do a quick Google
Oh,
on that.
really?
Yeah. And
Paid time off. Okay.
personal time off, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, it's paid time off. Paid time off.
Pay time off. Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
wasn't too
It's
guys,
sure.
I should
close.
have thought that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh, okay,
It makes sense now.
it does, yeah. But they get like 10 days. It's so peak.
Yeah, in America it's mangled,
It's
isn't it? It's so peak for
horrible,
them.
bro. So obviously so this subreddit, essentially, that's what they want to talk about. They want to like things like increasing the minimum wage, that kind of stuff. But this subreddit has existed for years. I say up about 6 years it existed, but only in the last year did it kind of blow up. So it started off as more of an anarchist type thing where they don't want to work at all. So they're against working at all, and they want to live in a society where they don't have to work, for example. And obviously,
But what is their how would they not be able to work? Like what are they proposing would help them not work? Are they asking for communism or
essentially in a roundabout way, but I don't know the exact details of what they are asking for because I haven't really read their doctrine. But that's what they want. They don't want to work. But this is the original people of the subreddit. However, later on, once the subreddit blew up, it's more to do with the people that don't mind working. They just want to get paid fairly. They want to get paid. They want to have holidays normally. They don't want to be bullied and disrespected. They don't want to be. They're basically just asking, like, I just want to be a normal worker and not be hounded like the way I guess a lot of the workplaces in the US seems to be. And so because that fundamentally changed the subreddit, those who were moderating the subreddit originally aren't exactly with this aligning with the same thing that the subreddit was, and this is where the issue begins. But first, let me give you some context and some example like posts just for people to understand what kind of posts we made. So this is some of the stuff in the past year that I've got quite a few upvotes. So this one is this person was talking about never told a boss off like it felt amazing. Never told a boss like this. So hey Brandon, we're short staffed for the rest of this year because
Wait, should we
Sarah.
roleplay it? Should we roleplay it? Should I have the other one?
yeah, go on.
All right. Let's do this. We're short staffed for the rest of this year because Sarah just quit without any warning. We're really backed up, so I'm going to need you to come in during Thanksgiving this year. Don't be shocked if you have to come in during Christmas Eve and day 2. No, that is violated. How did I get him to come in on all the holidays?
I already told you 3 weeks ago I need that week off, and you agreed. Now that you're changing your mind, I will not be working Thanksgiving. And if you ask again, I will not be working for you at all anymore.
Hey, you moving mad? You moving mad? We've had to set expectations with you multiple times this year. Coming in is the least you can do. Your PTO request has been. You can't deny. What the fuck has been denied? I'm not asking you to come in. I'm telling you that you have to.
Whoo! And I'm telling you, you no longer have a worker now. Quit.
Oh my days. So I think you can quite clearly see.
Yeah, I want to see
um,
what the meaning behind the whole "we've had to set expectations" are. I feel like there's more
Yeah,
to the
no,
story.
it does sound like they were kind of a bad staff member.
so this one, for example, yeah, obviously we don't know what the situation of the person is, but to be honest,
it's still a dick move what he did. Yeah.
why are you saying yes? Imagine if I booked a holiday, are you gonna deny it
Oh.
after?
To be honest, I've rage quit before though. Like, the feeling is nice.
Oh, really?
This post, people no longer believe working hard will lead to a better life. To be honest, if you didn't know that from the beginning,
Yeah, we spoke about the 4-day working week coming up in the UK. So, I mean, trial
yeah,
in
we
the
did,
UK.
yeah, exactly. And then the people, we always said as well, work smart, not hard. And to be honest, it's sad. Yeah, working harder will not lead to. It doesn't always lead to, and people don't believe it anymore. And look at this, no shit, obviously. But yeah, so this is kind of just to set the scene of what this kind of subreddit is about. Okay, so now here comes a point where these moderators, um, they start getting, so the subreddit is blowing up, and some of these moderators are getting messages saying, "Oh, would you like to do interviews?" Da da da. So these guys put it up to the community whether they should do interviews. Everyone in the community literally said, "Don't do interviews. Don't do interviews." Majority of the moderators in the thing was like, "All right, we kind of shouldn't do interviews," and then suddenly, yeah, someone sees. Let me stop sharing the screen here. Let me share this one. Mine's got all of the links lined up today, guys. uh, no, it's
Is
not this one.
this
This one, sorry. Web beats. Let me share this one. Go on, sorry, David, what you saying?
is this a moderator then that we're about to see, or is this just a random user?
It's a moderator.
Okay, right.
Okay, so then someone randomly, okay, sees this on Fox News after everyone said don't do any interviews. Anti-work Reddit thread as 1.6 million.
It's on Fox News.
So it's on Fox News. I was like, what? Jesse Waters, I'm like, oh, that must be one of the moderators, yeah, and he was one of the moderators. So after this came out, people are like, okay, before we get into this, now
Yeah, this
let's
is
go watch.
crazy though. Like, I can't believe he's on Fox News. Like, this is crazy. What the fuck?
I know, bro, it gets funnier.
Well,
So
just
now
because
here's
the
the interview.
subreddits popped off.
Huh?
Just because the subreddit popped off, it's on the news.
Well, yeah, his subreddit popped off, and people are trying to understand what this anti-work thing, because multiple
Right, okay.
times what's happened is, let's say, oh, I forgot to mention this. So let's say a company fires someone for unjust reasons. These guys basically cancel an entire company. They ruin their reviews, for example. They go ham. So if you bait out the company that's fucked you over, they will back you basically.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's
So
cool. Ish.
so that's why also they've been like quite in the news. For example, there was a case, actually I should explain, which is recently a bunch of nurses wanted to quit their job in the hospital, about 6 of them I think it was, and this was quite a big news. 6 of them wanted to quit because a hospital in the same area was willing to pay them more for the same job. So
Okay.
I was trying to forget some tissue. Um, so because of the fact that they were going to get paid more, obviously they were like, listen, we're leaving unless you can match it. Unless they were nice enough to say, unless you can match it, we're going to dip.
Yeah, fair.
So so imagine, instead of the hospital trying to match it or anything, these guys went to the court and tried to told them, anyone who leaves here, we're going to get an injunction from you, so you're not allowed to quit. Everyone's like, I beg you, go try it. So they all actually quit. They actually quit. The hospital went and got an injunction from them quitting. So they were not allowed
Really?
to start the new job. And because they didn't have money, they have to go back to the old one.
What is this injunction? I don't get it. Why?
So this is, and the reason, okay, now let me explain to you why they did the injunction. Because the hospital argued that critical areas of the hospital would cease to work, and patients would need to get shipped elsewhere. So they
Right,
didn't want to.
okay.
They didn't want them transferred. So that's the reason they tried to get injunction. But they were like, pay us more. You could have just paid us more. So you don't need to get any. What is this?
Nah,
So
that's not
then,
much.
obviously, the whole subreddit was back in it. Some lawyers came involved, and the injunction was fine. It was removed, and they were able to just leave the thing. And obviously, no one wants to work for that hospital again after hearing what happened. Things like that. There was one incident of a this group of workers. I think it was some donut shop that they were working with, and they all quit at the same time
Oh, really?
because their manager got fired.
Oh,
And
mad.
and they posted this online. So this is why it's been having these kind of viral moments. So then this moderator, okay, this is a big movement, okay, and everyone's like really getting behind it. They want to stop this kind of workplaces and stuff. And then they're like, don't do any interviews because you're gonna make the movement, like, just in case you make the movement look bad. We don't want to, especially with Fox News, because they're bad faith. And then this is what happens.
Millions of subscribers. Joining me now is the person who operates this anti-work group, Doreen Ford. All right, so Doreen, why do you like the idea of being home, not working, but still getting paid by corporate America?
So there's some misconceptions about the movement. So we're a movement where we want to reduce the amount of work that people feel like they're forced to do, and so we want to still put in effort. We want to put in labor, but we don't want to necessarily be in a position where we feel trapped. You just quoted from Office Space, where that person feels very trapped in their job. I think we're calling for a society where there's less of that. But yeah, absolutely, people still want to do things. They just want to do things where they feel rewarded and they feel like they're in a good spot in their life, and that their job respects them and stuff like that. There's varying.
So Doreen, you're not being forced to work. This isn't slave labor. You've applied for a job. You've agreed to the terms and conditions of the employment, and you can walk away from that job at any time and quit. So I don't understand really what this is about, except it sounds like maybe people are just being lazy. Are you encouraging people to be lazy?
Wait, okay, just for some commentary, because I beg you. Look at this fucking Redditor, fam. If I had to go in South Park and picture a fucking Redditor, it would be this motherfucker, and it's a Reddit mod. Like, you have to picture this person. Didn't even do their hair. They're on an interview. Look at the yard is looking clapped. Everything behind him is looking horrible.
Snake.
bro. By the way, just to say, it's a she. So
right, yeah, I heard Doreen was the name,
but yeah, it's trans. So she's a she.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, so she was out here going like this the whole time. Look at this, just swinging on a chair when you're so baffed. Absolutely zero preparation. Talk about embarrassing.
Yeah, so far what he said hit the nail on the head.
Exactly.
All you need to do is give Dorian a beard, and it's a Discord mod now. That's it.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So I think laziness is a virtue in a society where people constantly want you to be productive 24/7. And it's good to have rest. That doesn't mean you should be resting all the time or not putting effort into things that you care about. But I think one of the
what do you think is like a good work day?
So you see how she's advocating for laziness, but that's the ideology of that anarchist, anti-work, old school thing. But this new subreddit, which is basically a brand new subreddit, they're not really. They're not saying we want to be lazy. They're just saying we want to be working in a fair place. So obviously the message here is so completely wrong and so backwards to what they were doing, and kind of this everyone's now going to just look at this and think, these guys just want to be lazy.
How many hours is a solid work day in your ideal society?
Sure. I mean, I think as much as people want. I mean, I personally work. I have like a 20-25 hour work weeks, which I think is fairly good. So I would like less work hours.
Bro, so you just did the
20-hour work week.
20 to 25 day hour work week, bro.
It's like part-time, isn't it?
That's fully part time. So now imagine all the people in the subreddit who's been working like 6 days, 7 days, can't feed themselves, and saying that we have a shit quality of life, living standards are going up, we cannot afford our lives, and this is what they're arguing against. And this guy's like, I want 20, 25, I do 23, 25 hours a week, and I want to reduce that. And I'm thinking, you've just
He
made
wants to
them all...
reduce this further.
she sorry, yeah,
Oh,
she
sorry,
was
yeah.
reduces
Sorry, yeah,
further.
she wants
Do
to.
you
That's
do
mad.
it, Doreen?
Yeah, imagine.
Oh, I'm a dog walker.
A dog walker.
Oh, we need to go back for that
Um,
one.
And what
I
do you
think a lot
do,
of people
Doreen?
Oh, I'm a dog walker.
A dog walker. Okay.
Yes.
And
All right.
Yeah. So
how
I
old
find a
are
lot
you,
of
if you don't mind me asking?
Sure, I'm 30.
You're 30. Okay. And is there something
See,
you
with
wanna
just
do?
that, like, it's like destroying him, her, because at 30, doing dog walking, like,
Yeah, but someone has to. It's a bit. Someone,
I know, I
Don't be
understand.
thinking, yeah, you know, I'm looking to hire. Like,
I know,
Sounds good.
I fully understand, like, but these people are not able to do dog walking for 20 to 25 hours a week
It's a bad
and survive.
representation of the community.
And survive. What they're saying is we work 6 hours in a well-respected job role like teaching, and still
Yeah.
not able to pay for rent, food, and to actually live.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
thinking,
Okay.
oh, look, they're just doing dog walking and chilling in life, and they're doing 25-hour work weeks, and they're still complaining. Yet he's got a house over his head, she has a house over his head, and everything. So, so
honestly, like if you just watch this video and only this video, you would come out this laughing your head off. Like,
you actually be laughing.
but if you dig deeper a
It
little
gets
bit,
worse.
maybe try to understand what they're trying to say, then maybe
Yeah.
be like, actually, it is true. We should maybe work a little bit less, maybe be more productive in the work hours we do have, and then we can
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
compensate better. The productivity be better. There would be more wealth. There would be more happiness, more freedom to spend time with family. It makes a lot of sense. We hear, but at the same
Yeah,
time,
it does. Yeah. She's misrepresented it hard, to be fair.
So
one
hard.
second, I would add how crazy this is though as well though. Like humans are so fucked up. We decided, okay, you know what? Let's take a wolf, domesticate that shit, turn it into whatever color breed we want, and then hire some other nigga to walk it around.
Well, some of us are busy out here. We got
Yeah, some of us actually got
Can't be
work to
walking
do.
I'm just
around,
saying what it is though. What we're talking about here.
But
Yeah,
it's just mad. I just honestly.
That's a
Do you
calm
mind
life,
being a
though.
dog walker? Do you
Yeah.
aspire to do anything more than dog walking, or is that kind of your pinnacle?
I love working with dogs. If I had to do this for the rest of my life, I wouldn't be super complaining. Dogs are wonderful animals. But I would love to teach. I would love to, work
You
with.
see how he's.
This guy's fucking him off, though. This guy's
he
violent.
can't believe, like, he just can't believe the interview he's got. He just cannot believe it. He's just there
It's like
smiling.
the Chad grew up, and then the nerd we grew up, and they're having the conversation live television.
Oh, no.
Work with people and stuff like that.
What
on
would
that.
you
Yeah.
teach, Doreen?
Philosophy
walking.
mostly, just introduction to philosophy, critical thinking, reason.
You know what's so bad? Have you guys noticed on Fox News, anyone they have on there is consistently interrupting the person, trying to subvert them, trying to change the subject if they're
The
sounding
framing
quite
is
good.
always
They
very
keep
annoying.
they keep attacking someone.
Yeah. But look at his
You
smile.
know you're bro, you know you're fucking up when they're letting you speak. Because they want you to just bury yourself. They're like, wow, he's doing all the work for me, she's doing all the work for me, let her just speak. And honestly, absolutely, like, so, bro, like, imagine how deluded you must be to go from what, at 30 years, to go from dog walking to a professor in what was he saying? Would you say
I
psychology?
think
Was
it's
it
a philosophy teacher.
philosophy? A professor. Are you kidding me? That takes years upon years of studying, and
I would
that's
have to be a
why.
professor, right? I was thinking why you saying professor, but they don't teach philosophy at any level below uni, right? Or college.
No, they don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So imagine the level of just
Maybe she's a secretly overqualified
unawareness.
dog walker.
I'm just maybe.
Okay. Well, I would love to take your class, Doreen. I would just be taking notes the whole time. And you know what? A professor's a very similar schedule than something that you're imagining. So I think that actually might work perfectly for you.
That
Listen,
actually,
I
bro,
think this
stop
might,
it, but that is true. Teachers have the worst schedules, the worst.
The
The second they come
worst,
home,
yeah.
they're doing work they're not paid for. Over their whole weekends
Marking.
are stuck with just marking, preparing, planning. They're not paid for any of that. This guy's going in the wrong profession if he wants like a casual life. That's probably why the guy's
That's the
laughing.
point.
So
That's the
much.
point in it. Like if you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to be a teacher, yeah.
So that's what makes me like laugh, because it's like so deluded about like normal life, deluded about what the people in those subreddit in that subreddit that you're moderating are going through. There's I don't know who's paying that rent and the food and the house to be working 25 hours a week doing dog walking, but that's a cushy life compared to some of the people that are posting on on that subreddit. So
not be the greatest idea, but who am I to judge? To each their own. They
look,
say.
look,
It's a
just
free
singing.
country.
Sure.
Not
Yeah,
everything's free,
you know,
but it is a free country. Thank you so much.
Oh, he just cut him off.
So this dropped here, and like the subreddit went absolutely crazy because this movement, these people were kind of hoping that this movement was going to slowly help them get out of their situation and hopefully change the US for better, majority
Right.
in the US, but in general around the world. And it was honestly, bro, it got bad quickly. So what happened was
She's still a mod. She's been kicked off the team.
it gets funnier. So firstly, people started spamming the subreddit with nobody elected you as leader. Let me find some of the posts that were going on, but let me see.
No way, they went ham.
They went so it was going, people were cussing them out, cussing her out so bad because they were all like no one elected you leader, we told you specifically don't do the interview, you went in there, misrepresented all our views, made the whole subreddit into a joke, and set back the movement about 3 years at a minimum. And what people were consistently saying this kind of stuff, and this moderator started banning people and posts for
This
transfer.
way, the one that went on.
Yeah, and the whole team, they started banning people, left, right, and center for what? For transphobia.
Were they being transphobic or just anything?
The reason they were being transphobic was because they were saying he instead of she, because they didn't know that person personally, obviously.
Right. Okay.
And from what they can
Oh,
see,
we're
they
getting cancelled
assumed
then.
no, because we've been correcting ourselves this whole time.
Yeah, true. We've been correct. We've been saying that.
But yeah, but she was like, so the whole subreddit, that was excuse, consistently using that excuse as the reasoning to ban all the posts, and then they locked the post. No, they locked. Sorry, they made the whole subreddit private. The whole thing went private, and that's how for a big subreddit to just go private was like nuts. For like 2 days, it was just go private, and then so people
You can still access it if you were already a
no,
member.
nobody
Or
can
no
access
one.
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
now it's back
Right.
up, but originally it wasn't. And so after this all happened, they did a mega thread, and just before they locked it, they did a f- a FAQ and stuff.
Okay.
So one of the questions, we tried to be a leaderless structure. Soon interviews will come up where was interviewed. Okay, so a question, if I may, who the fuck are you that it would be appropriate to interview you? What media training do you have? What is your expertise? Reddit mods are the internet equivalent of hall monitors. What qualifications do you have to appoint yourself spokesperson for 1.7 million people community? How do you justify claiming a leaderless structure while unilaterally deciding that you yourself should stand a representative of the community? I cannot understate how bad you guys fucked everything up. This sub has become a complete laughing stock, and the public perception as a whole. Was there no pre-interview screening? Why weren't we informed of this interview prior? Some were and told. They said don't do it. And and then you can't cop out and say this is a leaderless structure and then go behind everyone's back and do this bullshit. I cannot explain how livid I am at the handling of this situation. A lot of people were very angry about the fact that this person didn't look prepared, didn't even decide to wear decent clothes. Clearly looks like didn't even have a shower because the hair was so greasy. And why do we get these comments all the time here, bro?
It's exactly that format as well. Those characters and everything.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
It must have a secret meaning.
Yeah, and so
That's
everyone
what
was just
happened
you couldn't have come up with a more Reddit mod look to embarrass the whole community. And then after obviously they closed the subreddit, and then later about a day later they reopened the subreddit with a statement, and this is the statement they did. Yeah, and honestly, bro, I died reading this statement. It's a long thing, but we're not gonna read all of it. We're just gonna skim through some of it. So first they said we'll now be focusing on transparency. You're gonna die. Firstly, they basically just said, yo, if you think this is bad, wait till you hear about all the other interviews you've got lined up.
Bro, the person did bear.
Bro, this isn't even the person. This is a different mod.
One. Nah.
This is a different one. So they're like, they're like, we've already done some past interviews and they haven't been released yet. But just to be transparent, Kumikeza has done a Japanese one, a New York Times one, a Fast Company one, and a German, and this guy did a German one.
Bro, these guys, they got gas.
Bro, they got gas. He's so big. Bro. And then this mod was in the middle of setting up Antiwork Media, a counter platform for Antiwork, so that we have our own media. However, the project wasn't started. Thank fuck for that. And because the person was too new to the moderation team. Now, let me just quickly explain to you who this Kimuzukai person is. Yeah, this is one of the moderators. Who is this guy? Bro, hello, I'm a 21-year-old mod. 21-year-old male, long-term unemployed and an anarchist. He's done interviews. So, bro, I just want you to imagine the upcoming interviews that are coming out of this 21-year-old who's barely worked that much in their life, obviously, because they were 21. And long-term unemployed. What do you mean long-term? What? You didn't work
since born.
Since born. You never had a job. How dare you,
bro?
How dare you be and why this person even is a mod? I couldn't tell you. I've been surfing this subreddit since 2020, and it helped me in my journey when I started to become unemployed. When I began to read this subreddit, I was a leftist liberal, namely a social democrat. I've been reading some of the recommended literature of abolition of work.
What's the recommended literature apart from that one? Is there more? Do they have like a setting?
Yeah.
But
this is
I'm gonna check that out later. This is looking a bit crazy.
But this is like old school thinking. Like this is the old version of the subreddit. So no one really believes in this part of the stuff. And then I've been radicalized to become an anarchist. You're 21 years old. I was randomly invited by a former mod that quit 1 week, named, and after thinking for some time, I accepted it. And then I'm going this long. So I've said that I merely see myself as a volunteer, just another anti-worker. Just as you read this, from now I'll personally plan not to do interviews in the short-term future, and I'm open to feedback regarding that. What feedback? When everyone is screaming, don't fucking do interviews, you're talking about for the short term. This is how you know it's just a kid who just randomly just put in some random shit on is moderating, and it it just gets worse and worse. Look at this, yeah. So, like I said, I'm very passionate to this subreddit, and in the last 2 days, to the point of sleep deprivation. I'll be taking care. I've been very passionate to keep the anti-work spirit and movement alive, and I've been personally investing more than 10 hours moderating this subreddit in the last 2 days.
So he has a job without knowing it.
Bro, this is to the point of sleep deprivation. Tell me, Mandem, yeah, who works 10 hours in 2 days and can't sleep? And didn't find time to sleep. Bro, that's 5 hours a day. That's 5 hours a day.
That's unemployed, yeah, so they don't have anything else doing. Oh my days.
Bro, that's 5 hours of work a day, and this guy's like, I didn't sleep. So imagine now all the people who had to do like 16, 17-hour shifts reading this for like 6 days in a row.
How did he not be if he only did 5 hours per day? How could he
Bro,
not
it's
sleep?
like working 12 to 5
Surely he had a bit
today.
of time
12
for sleep. After 5 hours.
Who the fuck? I can't even believe it. Okay, so this is what they talk about, some like how they tried to they said we had loads of brigaders, but it's ridiculous because the brigaders were people who actually were on the subreddit themselves. Okay, so the Fox News incident, this is where they actually talk about it. Regarding abolish work, we are planning to remove her from her moderation duties, and I've contacted the admins for the removal of her as mod. We thank her for building up the anti-work movement, but regarding the past incidents, we decided as a majority to remove her. So the timeline of the Fox News interview. Day 1, we got an interview from Fox News reporter working for the we got an interview from a Fox.
That doesn't make sense.
Bro, the dumbest thing is they had 2 days to proofread that shit, and there's bare spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes. It's embarrassing. Those who are aware of the interview beforehand advised against it. Day 1 continues. We talked about putting up a sticky mod for searching soon, highlighted the events in the mod mail, and such as the transcriber team that are volunteering to transcribe images, wanted to make a sticky and introduce themselves. Day 2. See, I don't even understand why they even added this. It's just
I
so
don't know what
stupid.
that is.
Day 2, 2 interviews have been declined instead of doing Fox News. Shortly before the Fox News interview happened, the mod team was made aware by Abolish Work. The following media outlet were declined: TV Tokyo and Bloomberg. Bloomberg or Abolish Work had a conflicting schedule, which is why the Bloomberg was declined. She said at the time she had an interview at 9:48 p.m. and as far as Kimizukui can remember, 1 hour prior, Abolish Work wanted to prepare for the interview, such as taking a shower. Boys, her preparation was to take a shower. As if that's I can even believe this.
Does that mean that usually she wouldn't, I guess? And it's a special occasion only sort of thing?
Imagine how much of a Reddit fucking basement dweller you must be that you're about to have a live interview with fucking Fox News, and your preparation is to decide to prepare 1 hour before the interview by taking a shower.
But maybe they have the best thoughts in the shower, innit? Best thoughts in the shower.
Also, preparation, doesn't that count as work as well, isn't it? They would have to actually put effort.
Like actually decide what their points is going to be, what they're going to be saying. Literally had a shower and sat fucking down and got onto the onto Fox News. And bro, seeing this, this is where I died. I was not just that, but the fact that these guys thought it would be smart enough to add this.
True. I didn't even think of that.
When I saw this, I was like, you guys are what to get. It's a bunch of retards on the mods. And then apparently some sexual assault stuff as well. I don't even know what. Apparently. Meanwhile, we don't know enough to feel comfortable about making a statement. The individual in question has been removed from the moderation team by collective decision. We are waiting on the admin removing her officially. We would be glad if you would stop the witch hunt surrounding the moderator team. A few moderators have quit already due to personal reasons, affected by some receiving harassment. However, the majority are still here. So obviously the comments are like, just stop trying to represent us. You're not the leaders of the movement nor spokespersons. You are solely here to keep the sub civil, which they never understood.
That's me. I'm getting frustrated.
Someone was like, those future interviews are going to be bangers, aren't they? Oh my! So
they're gonna be
obviously
bangers, but not for the right reasons, maybe.
not for the right reasons, and I'm sure now whoever they made those interviews for are thinking, mate, we've got an absolute gold mine on the hands because these guys are already shitting themselves over the Fox News interview. Wait till they see this 21-year-old's interview
that video got like 2 million views in what how long?
Oh, seriously?
It got 2 million views since yesterday.
Damn.
By a guy with 1.1k subscribers.
Wait, what video? What video?
So he linked it from Fox.
The Fox News one.
Oh, he just posted Fox's content.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's lit. That's smart.
that's good. Yeah. I'm sure
We
they
should-
can copyright strike that shit, but
they won't. Maybe they will. Maybe they will.
I need to find what there was a comment about the shower thing that actually killed me.
I don't even think Fox News gets 2 million views like regularly on their videos.
Didn't you
Yeah,
read
possibly
in the
not.
did you even read in the post? Dorian did prepare an hour before the interview, like taking a shower. This one, not sure I believe they even did that given their interview appearance.
That's
I
right.
feel bad for Dorian a little bit.
Innit?
Is it Doreen? Or are we saying Dorian?
Doreen,
I don't know, Doreen.
Yeah,
I
Doreen.
bet it was
With how it's
Dorian. Though.
spelled
I
there.
bet it was. I bet it was. Let's be honest.
Yeah, no one knows. The guy
Like-
probably said it wrong on purpose.
So I think what's happened is a lot of people are basically now coming to the conclusion that if they either need to come do a whole different subreddit or like get rid of, if not majority of these
Yeah.
Nah, but they
moderators.
should get a different word. They should get a different subreddit because anti-work is also like the even the word I guess is a bit too much because
Yeah.
it's literally like it's kind of halfway opposite to what they want to say.
Yeah, exactly. They and I guess the point it must have grew simply because of the like anti-work, and they were like, what's this? And then people understood what it is, and then stayed. And I think that's why it did so well. And it's quite easy to just say anti-work. And I think
Right.
what's happened is definitely these guys can't do any more interviews.
Actually,
But
I
it's
can't
peak
change
because there's at least 4 coming out. And why is it the same 21-year-old that did all the interviews and the same 21-year-old who's decided who's the newest member to the mod, like
click some of their users. Let's see what they're.
wait, I think this is the leader actually, because that person is the same person who fucking
click the
posted
user.
it.
Let's see their post. Let's see what kind of post they do.
It did read like a
Or
20.
go on like top
bit,
top
didn't it?
or something like that. Top all time or some shit.
I think at this point, it's just random shit.
Stepping down. A minute ago, we got
Where?
some new. The top one.
This one.
Stepping down is no above.
Oh,
It's
whoa,
just posted.
whoa,
Breaking.
Well, I mean, it's all started with the abolition of work, an idea where we live in a society, blah blah blah. An idea where we live in a society where, without being forced in your childhood to go to school 8 hours, half of your lifetime to a place you don't like. For me, it was 10 hours usually, without being forced to work for 8 to 10 hours or even longer. Holy shit, America has it really bad, but it's not like social democracies are better either. Well, regarding the experience with anti-work, long story short, I had lots of fun with anarchists and other radicals. Brilliant discussions for almost 2 years. I was active here before I was invited to be a mod, and I'm honestly not sad that the liberals and their failed reformism, as history always shows, are mad at me. What I am disappointed at the people not even reading the sidebar, the instruction pieces, and slowly co-opting anti-work in an idea it never was. Oh, let me make it clear as a post-left anarchist, I don't fucking care about your democracy, the tyranny of the majority. Well, supposedly, but the rich are ruling us right now. I care about my own well-being and my willful self-creation. I care about to live, and if I see someone else sad, I'm sad too. And it was making me sad how anti-work slowly was dying to liberals. This is mad. This is so mad that this is the main moderator. This guy is meant to be the main moderator. The original user base was full of radicals, a lot of anarchists, and there were several discussions in subreddits where radicals frequented how it's just full of liberals now that want nicer bosses, even though the structure itself is just shit. I actually thought about deleting Reddit the same day I got invited, as I was reading some book supplement called in it. The dangers about companies, monopolies, capitalism owning not only the physical space through private property, but also the internet itself. NFT were almost an evolution of property, making particular pieces in the internet itself being owned by someone. I guess it's kind of failed. I can't believe this person has posted this. I'm actually so shocked.
Yeah, when he said NFC, I was like, huh? What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know where it changed.
Bro, you can clearly see he's just like a 21-year-old kid
Yeah.
that somehow ended up moderator of one of the biggest Reddit
Right.
subreddits. Because clearly he's just having a shit show right now.
Yeah. I kind of
Anyways,
get where he's coming from, as in like maybe he's on the more radical side, and maybe.
I understand, but like once you're a moderator at the end of the day, you can either make rules to say, oh, this kind of conversation isn't allowed, so they should have banned that type of conversation from the get-go within their rules and facilitated those rules only. Their point is just to be a moderator, to moderate the chat, and that's about it. But the fact that they decided to allow it to grow as much as it did, because they enjoyed the fame, they enjoyed the fact everyone was looking at their subreddit, so they let it all by, and then now are crying about the changes. Makes no sense to me. You shouldn't have allowed people to come into the subreddit like that and made it clear what this subreddit was about, and then only allow those type of conversations. Then you would have kept the subreddit you wanted, right?
Trust, they got power
You
hungry and
can't
they got
have both. You
no
can't have both
wearing no
sides of your cake.
clothes.
It literally power hungry. Anyways, I'll deleting. This is what I mean. This guy's. I'll deleting my account soon, and I'll be focusing on doing mutual aid in real life. And for any anti-worker reading this, no, not the liberals. Let me tell you this. All right, so we're fight for on the streets, not bathed in front of a capitalist. I couldn't care less. Let's not remember the bad moments, but the good memories we had with our peers. The
Oh.
state calls its own violence, but that of an individual crime.
The state calls its own violence law, but that of the individual crime. Max time.
I don't even know what the
Right.
fuck that's meant to mean.
That kind of
But
makes
boy, I can't believe what just happened.
No, so he's saying the state calls its own violence law. So basically
Right,
saying
right.
the government is basically just like a like a corporation but has a monopoly on violence.
I can't. Oh, I see. I can't believe this person. That's madness.
Bro,
So,
what
but
happens,
there's no.
man?
So now you're telling me there's no surprise of the whole thing.
That was
Wait,
just 6 minutes ago as well. That's lit, bro. See, I knew checking the thing would be smart, yeah. But
What
it would
does
be cool. I
mutual-
would have seen it. I don't know.
Oh right, it looked like an advert at first.
I'm actually dead. Congratulations to our newest moderator. He made their account less than 1 day ago. Buzzing 3 abolition. They're violating, actually. They're actually killing me. I can't believe it. Nah, this is such a shit show.
Wait, no, that didn't actually happen though. It's just a meme, right? It's not real.
Oh, they-
Nah,
It is.
but why do I reckon that they probably did happen? Like, this is what I mean with these guys.
What was the person saying about becoming a mutual aid?
In real life, to just be like trying to help out in real life, I guess.
Oh, okay.
It's like the mods are doing everything wrong on purpose. Incredible. You can't post here without a 3-day-old Reddit account, but somebody can make an account and get approved for being a moderator in less than 24 hours.
Also, actually
So-
happened.
Yeah, it seems like it, yeah.
They made it a bit obvious as well.
Bro, how did anti-work get shattered like this? I was just at work scrolling and I see a dumpster fire on the Fox of the Fox News interview. Yeah, I think even if they just had apologized properly, it would have been fine. Yeah, look, they're really pissed about the 21-year-old anarchist. Oh my days, I can't believe this. And then let me see where they decided where the mod was, because people are literally sending petitions now. Apparently, so see, I mean, it seems like it's a legit thing that with this fuzzy X3. Apparently, your account must be 3 days old to post anything over here, but 17-hour-old account is more than enough to become a mod. The level of trolling by the mods is hitting new highs. Some sane head get a hold of the situation and stop it from being doused with acid piss. And so I think right now we are literally seeing the end of the anti-work subreddit. That is nuts. No,
Yeah, I think they need to separate definitely because there's lots of anarchists there getting extremely pissed.
No, honestly, I think it's a 43-minute stream. To be honest, we were not meant to make it that long, but I have to say, shout out to anti-work. Gave me and a lot of the internet, and it seems like a lot of the news as well. It's everywhere, by the way. If you guys look, just type in anti-work and look at the amount of news websites.
It's actually everywhere. It's crazy.
Daily Mail, Independent, Fortune, the rise of the anti-work movement, everywhere, bro. And yeah, so it's sad that it goes down like this because it was really helpful and it's helped so many people at the beginning, and it actually did make changes to people's lives, which is the saddest thing. But you know, I just have to say, Doreen, I've never seen
violated all the pictures they use in the media like at the worst like screen grab. Like they made it sure to get the worst screen grab of Doreen. Makes it so hard.
Share your screen.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have permission. I don't have permission. I'll link it.
Yeah, just link on the chat.
I'll give you permission. Oh no, it doesn't work. Yeah, go on and link in the chat. I'll show it.
It's so funny. They made sure like the free trade it at the worst point in the whole interview every time.
Let me do.
Like a caught you slipping moment. Sort of thing. I don't know if we showed it before, but
honestly, like I can't believe Doreen was able to like completely just fuck up a subreddit like that, and such a huge subreddit at that. But yeah, thanks for watching this this quick episode. Well, it turned out to be not so quick because we saw some shit happen fucking live.
yeah.
But yeah, make sure you subscribe, you like, share the video, and peace.
Yeah, all three of you. Done now.
So
Do the thing.